In this video, we will be learning about the various ways by which a generator is being classified. As we all know, generator works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. In a generator, a magnetic field is a very crucial factor in producing the current. Let it be generator or motor, we require a magnetic field, an armature, and a rotating motion also. So the magnetic field in a generator can be produced by various ways. It can be either through a permanent magnet or through an electromagnet. Permanent magnet is a normal magnet which produces a magnetic field, and depending upon the type, it is a generator or motor, or it is a AC or DC, it will be wound on the stator or rotor of our generator. Then we are having electromagnet, which are mainly used. As you can see in the figure, in an electromagnet, a wire is wound in the coil. So in a permanent magnet, we are having a magnetic field by default. Okay, and in an electromagnet, when we are passing current through this wire, which is wound in this coil, this will create an magnetic field. So based on how the magnetic field is being excited, based on how the magnetic field is being created, we can classify our generators into three main categories. So one is our permanent magnet generators. So in permanent magnet generators, we will be using the basic permanent magnet, and we are having separately excited generators and self-excited generator. In separately excited generators and self-excited generators, we are using electromagnet, and in separately excited generator, we are having electromagnet which is supplied from a separate source of power. So permanent magnet generators, here we can see we are having north pole and south pole, and we are having the magnetic field in between. So in a permanent magnet generator, there will be already a magnetic field existing between our north pole and south pole. And in separately excited generator, we are having an electromagnet here. You can see we are having an electromagnet here. This electromagnet is excited by a separate source of power. Means we are sending a current, a charge from a separate source of power to this electromagnet, and because of this charge, this electromagnet is being created, or the magnetic field in the electromagnet is being created. So the magnetic field is created and our armature is placed in the magnetic field. So this is a way by which we can create a magnetic field in our generator, and this is called separately excited generator. So in separately excited generator, from a separate source, we are feeding the charges. Similarly, in an electromagnet, we are having self-excited also. So in self-excited generators, what is happening is, it is already having a residual magnetism. Our self-excited generators are already having a residual magnetism present in it. Due to the residual magnetism, our generator will produce a small amount of current. With that, the buildup of current will happen in our generator. So initially, because of the small amount of current, the generator is producing more current, and that more current is again fed to the generator for producing more and more current. So our self-excited generator can again be classified into shunt wound, series wound, and compound wound. So this is shunt wound generator. You can see here we are having an armature of the generator, and we are having the shunt field here. So initially, for generating the current, there is a residual magnetism, and because of the residual magnetism, this generator will be working and producing current, armature current. This armature current is again fed to the shunt field. So shunt field will produce more magnetic field. Okay. So again, our armature is placed in the magnetic field. So initially the magnetic field is created due to the residual magnetism, and later on, due to the residual magnetism, a amount of armature current is being created. That armature current is again going as a field current and also load current. So when this field current is reaching this electromagnet, the magnetic field of more strength is being created, and our armature is placed in the magnetic field. So the basic function of our generator will be working. So when our field winding is placed in parallel to our armature, we call it shunt field winding. And similarly, when we are placing our field winding in series, you can see here the field winding is in series to the armature, then we say it as series wound generator. Okay. And similarly, in self-excited generator itself, we are having combination of both. That means we are having shunt field also and also series field in the same circuit. So you can see here we are having the series field here and also shunt field here. And similarly, the shunt field here and the series field here. So those are the compound wound generators. So in compound wound generator, we can again classify them to short shunt and long shunt. So in short shunt, you can see it is connected across our armature alone, not across the series field. And in long shunt generators, you can see the shunt field is connected across both series field and the armature field. So as a summary, we can say the various ways by which our DC generator is classified. It can be classified into separately excited, self-excited, and also permanent magnet also. So in separately excited, we can see we are having an electromagnet here. That electromagnet is given supply from a separate source of power. And then he can see here we are having self-excited. In self-excited, we are getting the electromagnet is getting the current from the generator itself. So the field winding can either be series wound. In series wound, we are having the armature here and field connected in series, or shunt wound. In shunt wound, we are having the field here and armature here, and then we are having the compound wound. In compound wound, we are having combination of series and shunt, and depending upon how it is connected, it can be either long shunt or short shunt. Hope you all understood the basic classifications of generators.